Dear friends, welcome to my channel. This is a model question paper 1. It's a mechanical engineering second semester concepts of mechanical engineering 2. Subject code is 25ME21I. So MCQ questions and fill in the blanks question. If you study this, Pakka 20 marks. You will get a 20 marks in an exam. This we call it as a passing mark. Easily you will get score in the exam. The first question is which when each atom crystal structure is replaced by the point, then it is known as, so that is we call it as in crystal lattice will be an answer. Option C will be an answer for this. And next question, in FCC unit cell shares dash atoms with a neighboring unit cell, that is we call it as an 14 number of atoms will be an answer. For a steel, which one of the following property can enhancing upon annealing? So answer will be an option C is in ductility. In normalizing, cooling is done in which of the following media? It will be an air. Option A will be an answer for this. And next, cyaniding is usually done. So is plain carbon steel. Option A will be an answer. Which type of the corrosion occurs when the two similar metals are electrical contact in presence of electrolyte? And option C is a galvanic corrosion. Galvanic corrosion will be an answer. Next, which of the following common example for natural biomaterial? Answer is collagen. Option C will be an answer. The material commonly used for filament FDM technology, that is we call it as ABS plastics. Option B will be an answer. Next is which of the following is casting defect? So option B, that is called shrinkage cavity. So next will be which of the following metal forming process in a best suitable for making the wires? So option C, that is drawing. Next question, which of the following article cannot be made for rolling? So that will be an option B, that is called helmet. We cannot do for rolling. So next, which tool is used to hold and support the sheet metal during a punching and blanking? Answer will be an option A, that we call it as an die. And next, hydraulic press work based on hydraulic press work based. The answer will be an option C, that is called Pascal law of the fluid pressure. 14. Which of the following is not a type of cutting tool? So out of these two, option D, welding torch is not a cutting tool of answer. And next is a radial drilling machine is preferred for, so option B, drilling hole in a large and heavy work pieces. And next will be an fill in the blanks. Answers they'll give here. Okay, in the question only answers they'll give. You have to find out which is the correct answer. Next is fill in the blanks. For orthopedic implants, dash property is most crucial for biomaterial withstand force, that you can write it as mechanical strength. The last step in additive manufacturing process, that we call it as in post processing step, dash the process the metal both compressed and shaped by hammer or press, that is we call it as in forging. Next is mechanical presses, dash part stored rotational energy, that is called flywheels. The creating a flat surface at the end of the workpiece, lathe known as facing. So these answers will be available in the above fill in the blanks. Everything will be here. So you have to write it, match which is matching for that. You have to find out and write it. And next will the model question paper 2, concepts of mechanical engineering 2 and 25ME MCQs, and next model question MCQs and fill in the blanks. And next question, what does BCC stands for crystalline structure? Option C, body centered cubic. So what is approximate atomic packing factor, APF, that we call it as in, and face center cube FCC crystal structure. So approximate atomic AFE will be an option D, 0.74. And next is which of the following process need no quenching? See, answer will be an option C, nitriding. Next, how is eating surface done in a filament hardening techniques? So option A, oxyoxalatin torch. And fifth one, CVD stand for chemical vapor deposition. Option A will be an answer. And next question is, biomaterials are primarily used for option C, that is we call it as in replacing or supporting biological tissue. And next will, which of the following is a magnetic shape memory alloy, that is NiMnGa. Option C will be an answer for this. Okay. Speru is a casting refers. It is a vertical passage. Answer option D. The abbreviation of SLS in AM refers to SLS, I think option B, selective laser sintering. Next 10 is, which of the following is not a metal forming process? That is option B is called casting. Forging is generally performed at option B, high temperature, nothing but hot working. The moving part that holds and drives the punch is known as ram or slide, or a ram or slide. Next, which of the following tool is not used in a steel metal work? That is option C, milling cutter. The most important person protective equipment, that is we call it a PPE, is a machine shop is safety glasses. Option A. In a grinding wheel designation A46K5V8, what does A stands for? A stands for option A, abrasive types or aluminum oxide. Next will be in fill in the blanks. First question, the ability metal to exist more than one crystalline structure depending on temperature and pressure, that we call it as an polymorphism. The material commonly used for making a patterns, that we call it as an wax. The metal forming a process performs squeezing out of material through a hole, that is called extrusion. Dash is a process involving removing a scrap piece from the sheet, that is we call it as a blanking. Creating a smooth accurate hole by enlarging a existing hole, that we call it as a reaming. Next is model question paper 3, same engineer concepts of mechanical engineering, subject code is 25ME21. Now what a question has given, which of these metals is non-crystalline? Which of these metals is non-crystalline? Here given 4 option. So option B will be an option B, window glass is a non-crystalline material. And second question, which of these crystalline structures are not considered closed packed structure? That is option B is a body centered cube, that is we call it as a body centered cubic, that is we call it as an BCC. What are the applications of night reading, that is a gaze and camshaft? Option A will be an answer. And which one of the following is a case hardening process, that is called as a carbonizing? Option C. In electroplating, the object to be plated connected, that is we call it as an cathode. Option B. Which of the following is a natural piezoelectric material? Okay, piezoelectric material, that is we call it as an B, quartz. Option B. Next is, nanomaterials typically have a particle size range. It is given option C, 1 to 100 mm. And next will be, what is the full form of FDM, additive manufacturing? Option B, fused deposition modeling will be an answer. Investment casting is also known as low wax process. Option C will be an answer. Next, the action of applying force to deform metal without cutting known, that is we call it as an forming. Option C. The hard working metal forming is done. A is a above recrystallization temperature. These sheet metals helps in joining two overlapping sheets by localizing deformation. It's called as riveting. A press is a machine used for option B, apply pressure to deform and cut the materials. Next is, the main function of drill clutch is option B, hold and rotate the drill bit. Option B will be an answer. A turret lathe differ from an engine lathe by having Option A is multiple cutting tools on rotating turret. And next, fill in the blanks as given. Dash process involving dipping steel a part of the molten zinc, that is we call it as galvanizing. Next is a biodegradable and used for eco-friendly 3D printing, that is called to polylactic acid. A major application of wire drawing in the manufacturing, that is called electrical cable. Dash is an operation used to create a washers using a press, that is called punching and blanking. Dash milling, the cutter rotated same direction as a feed, that is we call it a clamp. Answer will be a clamp. Simo, if the information is useful, please share this information, subscribe my channel. Pakka you will get 20 marks. Exam you will get Pakka 20 mark. If you read my model question paper all, you will get same question. More information, please subscribe my channel, share and support.